Long ago, before the gods of Olympus ruled the heavens and earth, there was a time of chaos and primordial power. The story begins with the very fabric of existence, the creation of the universe itself. From the void known as chaos, the first primordial deities emerged: Gaia, the earth; Uranus, the sky; and Tartarus, the abyss. Together they would set the stage for one of the most epic sagas in mythology. Gaia, the nurturing earth, brought forth mountains, seas, and the fertile lands. But she also gave birth to Uranus, who became her partner and the first ruler of the cosmos. From their union, the Titans were born, immense, powerful beings who embodied the raw forces of nature and time. Among them were Cronus, the Titan of time; Oceanus, the Titan of the vast seas; and Rhea, the nurturing mother. Yet beneath this divine creation, tension brewed. Uranus, fearing the immense power of his children, imprisoned the Cyclops and the Hecatoncheires, monstrous siblings of the Titans, deep within Tartarus. Gaia, heartbroken by this betrayal, sought vengeance. She turned to her Titan children, urging them to rise against their father and claim their freedom. It was Cronus, the cunning and ambitious Titan, who stepped forward. Armed with a sickle forged by Gaia herself, he ambushed Uranus and overthrew him, casting his father from the heavens. But as Uranus fell, he issued a prophecy. One day, Cronus would meet the same fate at the hands of his own offspring. With Uranus defeated, Cronus ascended to the throne as the ruler of the cosmos, ushering in what was later called the Golden Age. It was a time of peace and prosperity where humanity, created by the gods, lived without toil or suffering. But this idyllic era was shadowed by paranoia. Cronus, haunted by his father's curse, sought to ensure his reign would never end. He took Rhea, his sister, as his queen, and together they bore the first generation of Olympians: Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon. But Cronus, consumed by fear, swallowed each child at birth, trapping them within his stomach. To the mortals below, he remained a just ruler, but to his wife and children, he was a tyrant. Rhea, heartbroken by the loss of her children, devised a daring plan to save her youngest, Zeus. When the time came, she wrapped a stone in swaddling cloth and presented it to Cronus. Unaware of the deception, Cronus swallowed the stone, while Rhea secretly hid Zeus on the island of Crete. Raised in secret by nymphs and nurtured by the goat Amalthea, Zeus grew strong and wise. When he reached adulthood, he sought to fulfill his destiny and challenge his father. With the help of the goddess Métis, Zeus tricked Cronus into drinking a potion that forced him to vomit up the swallowed Olympians. United with his siblings, Zeus declared war against the Titans, a conflict that would come to be known as the Titanomachy. The Titanomachy was a clash of unimaginable scale. On one side stood the Titans, led by Cronus and supported by their formidable strength. On the other were the Olympians, guided by Zeus and aided by allies such as the Cyclops, who forged Zeus's lightning bolts, and the Hecatoncheires, whose 100 arms hurled massive boulders at their foes. For 10 years, the war raged on. Mountains crumbled, seas boiled, and the earth itself shook with the fury of the battle. It was Zeus's mastery of strategy and his powerful lightning bolts that ultimately turned the tide. The Titans were defeated and cast into Tartarus, bound by unbreakable chains. With the Titans vanquished, Zeus and his siblings claimed dominion over the cosmos. Zeus became the king of the gods, ruling the skies and wielding the thunderbolt. Poseidon took command of the seas, and Hades became the lord of the underworld. Together they established their rule from the heights of Mount Olympus, a sanctuary of divine power and harmony. Yet even as peace was restored, the legacy of the Titans endured. They were not merely vanquished foes, but symbols of the untamed forces of nature and the cyclical struggle for power. The gods of Olympus, though victorious, would face their own trials, from the wrath of the giants to the insurrection of mortals. The tale of the Titans and the dawn of Olympus is more than a story of war and conquest. It is a reflection of human nature, our battles with chaos, our desire for order, and our enduring hope for a brighter future.